not going to come up at all. Because that would be, I mean, hit us up. Hey, check this out. Actually, hit us up. 360-910-6008. Call us on the Crockers call-in line. Let's talk to you, man. Let's see what you're doing. Let's see what your schedule's like. Let's see what you've been doing, what your off season's like. Give us a call right now. 360-910-6008 is the Crockers car calling. You're so
Not
weird
putting
with
you on
that
the
stuff.
spot or anything, Brad.
Yeah, right? Brad says, always needing money. What else did he say?
Always needed money. Son races outlaw carts.
That's exactly it. Let's talk about your outlaw
wait.
racing and stuff, too. So,
Brad,
you might need to put the mic back up because nobody can hear you when you spray whatever
your
in your
mouth when I'm talking to you.
Check it out.
So I want to know, Brad, what your plans are. You're not going to head up this way to the Northwest for the big one? You know what I'm talking about.
Well, let's talk about that. Brad, give us a call. 360-910-6008. We
Dude,
know you're not afraid.
Why are you spraying cologne in your mouth?
It's not cologne.
Because he's got some bad
do you
aftertaste.
have-
No, it's chloroseptic. I burned my mouth on the hot chili that Sandy brought in. I got a blister, and it hurts, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I got a blister on my mouth.
I'm going to hit him. I am going to karate chop him right in the
That's why
throat.
you're in that booth, and I'm over here by Warren.
Like
So-
Warren's going to defend you.
He ain't going to defend nobody, but...
It's been it's been completely nuts in the studio tonight.
So, let's talk about, okay, so, he races outlaw carts and stuff, and he's one of the top guys that, go down and go to the outlaw nationals and
dude, he's fast, man.
He is fast. How many other guys in stuff for California that are listening? We got a ton of people.
I want to hear the people from Michigan because it's a large group, and
I do.
I honestly don't know anybody back there.
I don't either.
Let's talk about that. You got Kalamazoo, Michigan. We talked about that track, one time, two times on Northwest Dirt News. It's something that, it just happened to be a whim in our news feed that we talked about. But let's talk about, some of the racers and stuff back there. Who are, some of the guys back in Michigan and in North Carolina, South Carolina. Let's talk to the East Coast guys. I mean, not
Florida,
that we're
Georgia.
Passing up Brad or nothing like that, but apparently Brad isn't calling in. He hears us online. He can hear us on the phone too.
Well, probably true. But anyway.
But he is. When he comes up here and we're talking about, some of the big races and outlaw carts, he is one of the top guys that you have to watch each and every single week. You go out there.
They got a good program.
When he shows up and stuff, he is one of the guys that you look at and you're like, okay, wow, okay, this is another guy that we have to worry about.
They definitely have a good program, and we'll, at some point during the ops or during the
getting some notes passed to us here by our third string Joel.
Yeah, hold on. So, man, it has been absolutely nuts. This first half of the show, and everybody's kind of looking at each other like, "Are you going to say it? Or what do you got?" I'm just looking forward to getting out of the duel at this point.
So, what are you doing?
Whoa, that is a good live stream.
Whatever.
I was like, what are you doing? You talk about, Duel of Desert. And, yes, it is confirmed that Moxie Media will be down at the Duel of Desert. 110% full credentials, media pass, walk anywhere, do anything we want. It's going to be –
I wouldn't go that
To a
far.
limit.
Checks
you
out.
You got to remember, go on vacation, leave on probation. That still applies with media credentials.
Will
With this
not
dude here.
do that. Will not do that.
So now banquet, Willamette Speedway banquet. Got my outline today. It's going to be. I promise you that it's going to be a fun deal.
You got your from Nikki?
From Michelle.
Oh, from Michelle. Okay.
Yeah, she sent it down to me today and went over the deal and one minor correction I had to send over there, but things like it happen. Not a big
What was
deal.
the correction?
I don't even want to say.
Okay.
Nothing major.
All
Nothing major. But she's like,
But still good to go?
"How'd you?" Oh yeah, absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely.
nice.
It's going to be a fun deal.
How many
and-
people expected to come?
About 3,000.
Well, that is good. That pretty much packs the house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys are open capacity to about 600.
Right. and
So
we're-
you might have to do it in the parking lot.
whatever.
Hey, that's
doesn't
where the
matter to me.
stage is, right?
Doesn't matter to me.
I heard Clay Daly's going to come up with the stage.
That is not true, folks.
Okay.
He's not coming. But, what I want to know is who's going to be coming to the 2017 Northwest Race Car Show? Because that, from here on out, is going to be a big, big deal. It's something we're working on heavily.
That is.
Last year, our show for doing what we did in a short amount of time, put anything together was
That was very short time.
spectacular. It was spectacular. The quality of the cars from all different divisions. One thing that I will say is we need super sport cars.
Yes, we do.
You know how many super sport cars were at the car show last year, guys?
2.
You know how many super sport cars were at the car show last year, Joel?
I don't think a single one.
Right.
I thought we had 2.
We had none.
Really?
None.
Did
We
you
had
see
a,
Wait,
any
how
si-
many- how
Did
many
you
stri-
see any sideboards at the car show?
no.
We didn't, did we?
If you
We had
saw,
2 sportsmen,
yeah, we had 2 sports.
We had
Okay,
3
that's
dwarfs,
what I thought you meant.
2
Okay,
sportsmen, 3
okay.
dwarfs, 1 sprint car, bunch of modifieds, bunch of late
No
models.
street stocks.
We had
No,
street-
we had a couple
we had-
street stocks.
we
Yeah.
had before.
We had a drag car here
We
too.
had a drag car here last year.
Yeah,
That thing
we
was,
had I think it was all.
that was
That was
pretty
pretty damn cool.
We had
a car. We had Koryak cart here.
Coreyak's cart.
Quarter
We
midget.
had,
Or do we have a quarter midget too?
No, we had
No.
a full sprint.
Just yes, full sprint cars and
Terry
cage
Hall.
carts.
We had 1 cage cart, 1 speedway cart. That'll be a little different this year. I know we're going to have some more speedway carts at least,
Maybe 3.
but it'll be fun. You know, I think we're going to make. Well, here's the thing too. Last year, with the space, we were limited to 22 cars.
Right. Now we have,
We're going to put 32 in.
because we got rid of the bunny.
Yep, we've got a lot more space to work with. So we're going to have 32 spots available to put the cars in, and we are going to make it.
And the weird thing about it too is that the turnout in fans, people started walking in having just a regular shopping day and turned around
what
and
was
came
funny-
back with more people.
What
Oh,
was
yeah.
funny was Friday night loading the cars in last year. There were people in the mall walking out. As they're walking out, they're seeing a parking lot full of race cars that weren't there when they walked in.
Exactly.
And you can see people on the phone. Oh man, I'm down here at the mall, and there's race cars, and people that had no idea about racing.
Well, it was weird because I came all the way from Portland with my
we
car.
spent 45 minutes after the last car was in trying to get people out because there was still people, whether they were working here at the mall
Mm-hmm.
or people that were still kind of shopping. I mean, we had a hard time getting everybody out.
Well, the thing is, I thought I had a little bit of time because I brought my car and stuff down, and as soon as I pulled into the back parking lot and thought I had a little bit of time, kind of rested, and you're like, Corey's like, Josh, gotta go, let's go, bring your car. Go. And I'm like, oh crap, okay.
He just got here, and I said, "Get that."
I was-
Where I had him scheduled to put the car in was right
yeah,
now.
it was literally I think the second or third. I was next to Pam Graham and
I think you were
Williamson and his car and stuff down. Then I'm like, crap. I'm like, okay. So I'm unloading it off the car and I'm driving it in. Basically, drove it right up to the door, shut it down, and we pushed it in. That was just, I mean, it was minutes. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't at least have to stay till whenever. But I mean, it was fast. It was you were ahead with the chicken with the head cut off because try to find you. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that
And
was-
the radios that we had, rugged radios now, on board, going to
Right.
sponsor
Right.
everything of Moxie. We'll never have that problem.
No, it'll be way more organized. Which I mean, really, last year we did a good job. We put the right people in the right places. And I just I said, hey, send the 9 car in, put the 36 car in, and they just kept rolling in, and we placed them, and it worked out well.
I'll tell you what, though, being on the crew chief side in the parking lot with all the race cars, man, that was like one heck of a family reunion out there.
It
Yeah,
kinda
it was,
huh?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, and especially like working with Matthew because we kept our graphics very quiet. I think there were only like 3 or 4 people outside.
still
the,
like that
the shop.
graphic.
I was one of them. So.
Yeah, Corey was one of them. He's like, let me see. And we're like, okay, we want a good spot. We'll send it to Corey.
Yeah, that's what happened?
Well, no.
Hold on. So just because I had a plain car with just a single number on it, that's why I
You-
got shoved in the corner?
Oh, the corner. You had a prime spot. You
Yeah,
had
I
like
did.
one of the
You were-
main
Yeah, I
entrances.
did.
You were
Yeah, I
on the
did.
drag strip in the middle.
Yeah, but he was like right down by the Target entrance. I mean,
I was
like,
by
dude.
where basically all
There was a lot of.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
there's
had
a
some
lot of
good cars.
traffic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It was-
traffic. So.
It was fun. I mean, we're sitting out there and we pulled up next to Al and Justin in their 99 Cougar, and we're
Right.
sitting there just talking in the parking lot, having a grand old time. The next thing I look over and here comes Davenport, and I'm going,
Yeah,
oh, Super Doug's here.
yeah. So
Uh-huh.
we had a great show. And the
One
thing
of the coolest cars I like at the car show was Koffel's car.
that
wrap-
Darren's always got
that
that
wrap
car
and that oh my god, because that was
sparkle in it. And,
dude, that was something he hid for a long time because
Yeah.
we sat there and we kept on asking, "What are you bringing? What are you bringing?"
well,
What are
and
you
that
bringing?"
was a new product, and that was
Mhm.
a new product. He said he's gonna try something different that no one's ever really
Did you see that
in our
Warren?
area.
That thing was. Your mic work? Yeah. Oh.
When
Because
when the,
people
when
at home
the
can't
sun
hear you.
hit that car, it was like like the old speedboats that had the glitter in it. It was similar to that, but not quite as extreme.
Do you
but, I
remember
mean,
our old boat? Earl Duckworth.
No.
Okay, it was red with candy purple or with candy red and sparkles in the.
I don't.
It literally looked like the old school candy pearl, just blinged out sparkle. So any way you looked at it and all that type of stuff, you would have just that glimmer.
And
It
what was cool about that
badass.
was I was talking to Darren, and I hope I say this right, because the way I understand it was he puts his graphics on, he put the wrap on, and then there's a layer that goes over the top of that.
Yeah, it's
a
like
clear
a pearl
layer.
coat.
It's a pearl coat on clear vinyl. Kind of, it's amazing looking card, absolutely beautiful. That wasn't
So
on
it had 2 different layers on it, two different wraps.
Yes,
It had the wrap, and then everywhere where you saw that pearl basically
Right.
was another layer. So
Yeah.
essentially, it's like base coat,
Overlaid
clear
with
coat.
clear pearl.
right,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tri-coat essentially for vinyl.
right.
I don't care what
That
it is.
sounds
Pretty
cool.
badass.
I'd like to have seen that.
Oh,
Dude,
it
it's
was
beautiful.
badass.
It was really a neat deal. But the thing about it was we really didn't have any ugly race cars. We had some really cool and we had a display, Warren, and we'll probably do it again this year, whether it's with the same guy or not. But we had a car jacked up on off
That
the
brought a
ground
lot of attention
with the
to
entire
people.
side taken off. It was,
That was
on Brady Sell's car. You
yeah,
could actually look
yeah.
under the car and see all the shock suspension, quick change, the fifth arm, and it was it was pretty cool.
It was really cool. A lot of people and stuff that didn't know about race cars, definitely still didn't know about race cars. But it did, you never get to be able to see underneath what the side of the car looks like. Say
Well,
the motor.
occasionally you get to see that at Willamette.
Yeah, it depends on what type of the track it
Yeah,
is.
no kidding. No kidding.
But yeah, it brought a lot of attention, and there was a lot of positive feedback with the whole thing. So I'm
Well, and this
Those
year,
kind of shows are always awesome. It gets the public intrigued with racing, and
right?
that's all you got to do is get them interested in it and show them a little bit about it. And Then you got another.
Well, and that was the thing. We spent a lot of time last year answering the same question. What are these? Where do they race? About 10 miles away in Lebanon. There's a racetrack there? I mean, people didn't know. How you can live here in this area and not know there's a racetrack that close. It blows my mind. But, we're in the racing world, so I guess it's easier for us to understand. But the cars, the displays were awesome. This year it's going to be bigger. We're going to have more some more interactive things. We're going to have more sponsorships with, like whoever brings their car. I want them to bring more sponsor promotions, to hand out, to give away, to be
Giveaways,
interactive with
yeah.
the fans.
Yep.
And we're going to have a big thing on that. So it'll be a cool deal. 32 cars is what we're going to do. And we're going to be busy loading them in. So get ready when that happens in March. We're going to load March 24th. The show will be the 25th, 26th, and we'll exit Sunday night, the 26th. And from there on out, we'll kick off race. It's the last weekend of March, right before we go to race season. Perfect timing.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah, it'll be good. What do you got going on, Josh?
I'm just kind of looking at some of the updates that Joel's doing over there. Outstanding. The Moxie Media Promotions will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway as official media correspondents. Tune in to us on Spreaker Radio for live, up-to-date information. This is awesome to have. Just to have that, after like Bakersfield, that's another one we got, asked to come down to. And you talk about, starting Moxie Media out and how it started was just something that, you talked about. It was just you and a website, or you and just Facebook, kind of putting it out there and coming along, starting at Willamette Speedway as a cameraman for our live show down there, going from there to kind of sitting in the hot seat, waiting for your other person to come in. It just kind of took off. It was something that, I've loved being in radio. I loved being in that media type spotlight. I've always wanted to be, on the radio, because of course I got the looks for TV.
No, you don't.
Yes, you
No.
do. And I'm sitting over here technically challenged. So I have a question for Joel, and I'm not trying to put him on the spot because he's sitting right here with me. But
He likes that.
Can you put a link to Spreaker Radio on this, so where somebody on
So
Facebook?
you see that button right there, Warren, that says "Use App"
Nope.
on your Facebook?
Nope.
Hang on,
He hasn't
Well,
updated his
I am
version.
very
hang on.
technically
So
challenged.
up
Warren,
here,
Warren,
where it
put
says
your
this,
glasses on.
Where it says use app,
Yeah.
that blue bar.
How come it's not on there?
Okay, so you need to scroll back. Here,
Uh-huh.
look, no. Okay.
You're on the
I'm
post,
just-
brother.
You got to make it easy for me
So
and
to
there's a
an-
lot of people like me, believe it or not, that are
exactly,
technically
and for
challenged.
everyone out
Okay,
there,
so you're just
go to Moxie Media Promotions on the Facebook page,
Go to
on
Moxie Media.
on the homepage, and right there up at the top there
Okay.
is a blue button
Okay.
that you can click that says Use App. You click that button or touch that button on